Another day, another backdrop. Okay, welcome to Gemstone Tarot weekend reading. When is the weekend reading? That's a good question. What is the date? Who am I? What are we doing here? It's starting to get a bit like that. 28th and the 29th of January still. I don't know. A lot of people said when the February readings came out, God, is it actually like February? It kind of is soon, isn't it? And it does feel a bit strange. But here we are. Yeah. I'm going to use I feel a bit close actually. Let's just do that. I'm going to use an animal card, Kim Krantz Animal Oracle cards. We've been mixing it up a bit because I've been mixing up my surroundings. That will go back to normal soon, by the way. As I will also have my new contact lenses. Yes, can't wait for my new contact lenses. So we're going to carry on mixing it up with the cards too, because we might as well go with what we've got. It's always the best way, isn't it? Do check out your star sign readings. I think all of them are out. Yes, I managed that. That's been interesting with the amount of internet and stuff going on. Okay, Okay, well, I'm so glad that I chose these. I'm going to take 3. We might as well just, if we're going to glitter the turd, let's make it a triptych. Actually, no, that can stay. Cripes. Okay. It's like, all right. We had this one the other day, actually. So we get vulture, first off. I'm assuming that vulture is air because I think the triangle pointing upwards is air, I'm pretty sure. Tell me if I'm wrong though, but also I don't know how relevant it even is. Because if you're going to get vulture, you're going to start thinking, vulture, brilliant. Vultures, of course, have a bad reputation because they scavenge after the kills of other I suppose what happens is the other animal puts all the hard work in and the vulture sweeps in and just goes, I'll deal with the scraps but not do it. It's a bit 5 of Swords energy. Venus and Aquarius, the 5 of Swords, where someone's on a battlefield and they've got all of the, they're picking up all the swords, but they definitely didn't take part in the fight. So the vulture does have that element to it. So there may be somebody in your life who is feasting on your spoils a little bit. Of course, it could be you. You may be feasting on the spoils of others. But you're a nice bunch here at Gemstone. I was going to say Gemstone Towers, but we're not in Gemstone Towers. You're a nice bunch here in the, whatever we're going to call it. You're a nice bunch of empaths, and it's very unlikely that it is you. So just have a think. And also, I know in the guidebook for this that Kim Krantz does talk about the virtue of the vulture. Okay? So the virtue of the vulture, of course, and we refer back to the book that I used to read to the boy, the Italian book Nam Nam, where you have that life cycle of one animal eats another animal and then becomes mulch. There's a lot going on for us at the moment in terms of mulch and life cycling and primordial soup. And do you remember the other day we got one of the Kim Krantz cheeseboard cards and it was the underworld, wasn't it? And that kind of thing has just been coming up a lot. So obviously we're confronting this. I don't know why, and if anybody has any astrological input, please let me know. I know that we're, I can't stop saying that. We're near Imbolc. Oh dear, I know, I'm such a child sometimes. That's on the 2nd, isn't it? I don't know if that means anything. Who knows? Okay, let me know if you have any thoughts. I'd be very interested to know. I mean, we are in the Northern Hemisphere. It does feel like it. We're kind of groping about in the dark at this point. And also, as my mum would say, it's neither Nout nor Summit. We're kind of, you're moving out of January. You've managed to survive the whole sort of holiday period. And then you kind of can, it's that Imbolc thing, isn't it? You can whiff spring around the corner, but it's not in evidence. And I think that they say that a bit. There's like a poem for Imbolc. I hope I'm pronouncing it. I'd rather just say Imbolc than pronounce it wrong. they do a little, yeah, the dawn sky lightens a little earlier and the silence of the darkness softly unfurls. They're putting it a lot nicer than we are, but you know. The sun moves from the still point of a deep winter, and there are stirrings of new life in the hedgerows, and on the land the sap begins to rise and the tree buds swell. We stir earlier from our sleep, begin to stretch and open to the new day. The subtle shift around us is within us. Willow withies brighten the hedgerows with downy blossom, hazel twigs set tiny flaming flowers, and blade-shaped leaves of snowdrop pierce the hard ground. And then there's this sort of Van Goghian, if that's even a word, picture there. Isn't that nice? Absolutely gorgeous. And there's the poem. I hope it isn't backwards. It's backwards to me because I'm using a selfie camera. I can't even go there. Can't even go there, people, at the moment. Okay, so we have vulture, and you know, we think okay, and then look at this bad old boy. This came out the other day, didn't it? Raccoon. Or did it? No, it was hyena. Oh, that's okay. I don't feel so bad now. Now, I have no experience of raccoons. And Joanna, I remember you telling me that I was just going to look it up on my phone, but I'm on my phone. This is like searching for my glasses. And I literally don't know what they are, but I assume they're a bit scavengy because I remember, Joanna, you were saying one had broken in, I think, to the backyard or something. So I think, and this is just me conjecturising, which isn't a word either, so let me know in the comments section about raccoons, but I think they've got a bit of a cheeky, steely quality to them as well. So who's stealing what in your life, okay? Who's kind of got their hands in the till, as it were? And what's the till? Question to ask yourself. And then, thank God, the redemption is that we get the fish, which I'm assuming is a water card, and I'm assuming that the triangle points down to water. There'll be a reason for all of this. Okay, so we have the fish card. I rather like this. Of course, it has Pisces connotations, and we are coming up to Pisces season in about 3 weeks, is it? Yeah, it's 3 weeks. And it feels, and we've got a new moon on the 20th of February as well, and for some reason I'm feeling like a ray of sunshine. That's my ray of sunshine. A ray of sunshine. When you're in a strange place, an arm sweep is a gamble because you just don't know what you're going to knock off. So I can't be quite as folk lady lavish as I would be normally, do you know what I mean? In case I bust something and have to pay for it. So the fish adds a much needed dimension of softness and undulation. That's good, isn't it? I like doing that. Softness and undulation, and of course it's got that whole sort of Christian ethic of forgiveness and I was going to say unforgettable love, unconditional love. And I think we're going to need it because, see, vulture and raccoon are not... They're slightly base type notes. You know, if this reading was a perfume, they're base notes. They're not malevolent in themselves. And I'm not actually getting, honestly, a malevolent vibe from it, I'm pleased to say. But I'm getting a crafty vibe, and I'm getting a slightly... there was a character in the Paul Whitehouse comedy in the UK, if anyone's seen it, and he used to be from London. He used to go, oh, what? I'm a little bit were, I'm a little bit wee, I'm a little bit were, oh, what? Like that. And he was a character who was trying to make out he was a bit fly. There's that energy, okay? God knows where that came from. Channeling Paul Whitehouse in a strange place. This is the weekend reading, people. You can't get this anywhere else. Thank God, you say. Let's take, what do I want to take to go with that? What do I want to take? I've got my 2 baskets here, one of which is literally falling apart before my... Do you know what? We're going Brian and Wendy Frood. Heart of my hairy oracle. Let's do it. Let's do it. A bit Brian and Wendy Frood can go with this. I'm liking the change up though. It just goes to show, doesn't it? And I think some of the monthly readings had a bit of a change up in which cards I used and the format of how they came out. It's quite nice. Change is as good as a rest, apparently. Let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, thank God. Thank you. You're welcome. Keep coming out like that, the actress said to the bishop. Yes. 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 Oof. Okay, we haven't seen you in a while, crocodile. Righty-hoo. Okay. We get the blessing. This is very nice energy when you get the blessing. It's like, it literally just is what it is. And we need it. And I think that's a little bit of that Pisces energy that's knocking around. There must be something else going on with Pisces. Let me know. I know Neptune's in Pisces, but I don't know what's new. Something's happening. Because we also get this energy, which is the dreaming. And again, this is very Piscean, and it's also, if your 3D world is a little bit like this, you know, a little bit raccoon and a little bit vulture-y, don't be afraid to slip into the dreaming and imagine things how you want them to be, okay? And then this little chap, I love this little chap. So he comes in, he's the fixer. And, you know, he looks like he's wearing a mask, but he doesn't say anything, but he kind of wants to, and you sort of don't know what he wants to say because he keeps his mouth shut and he whitewashes over the cracks when really they need to be exposed. So there's something, if there's something going on and you feel like somebody is the vulture or the raccoon, or there's just some minxy energy around, and it is just that, it's nothing really much darker than that. It might be better in a compassionate and soft way to be able to just say how you feel bit by bit, rather than storing it all up and then having a massive outburst, as a lot of us do, especially empaths, you know, where you take it and take it and take it, and then you're like, and another thing, you know. So softly setting the record straight, softly just letting people know where we stand, without judgment and without expectation. That is the energy for this weekend. So let me know your plans. Let me live through you. Obviously what you had for breakfast counts as well, lunch, dinner, anything you've been baking, let me know, let me live through you. And yeah, if you have to stay in this weekend, you've got no plans, you can vent in the comment section and check out your monthly readings. I'll see you soon. Namaste.